Hello and welcome to this webinar on LinkedIn and LinkedIn strategy. I hope you will gain at least some of the knowledge and understanding of why LinkedIn is important and how we can actually craft our profile that it will be amazing, really engaging, really something which will enhance our business stature in front of other people. So I'm gonna go through actually talking about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a great business platform, but what are we going to talk about today is basically more about LinkedIn profile and having a look at your profile. How is it crafted, and if actually bringing people on your profile makes them to convert, because obviously your professional brand on LinkedIn is key to some new opportunities. It gives you certain credibility, it drives referrals and attracts new business contacts. So the thing is, it's what I'm going to talk about today, and my name is Vit. If you don't know me, guys, my name is Vit. I'm owner of a company which calls SquareMotion. We are a video marketing agency, and I do drive a lot of business from LinkedIn for my business, for SquareMotion. So I'm teaching people how to do that. Today we're gonna talk. If you're gonna actually connect with me, obviously you can go to my LinkedIn profile, which is LinkedIn/in, and my name Vit Kodusek. I'm more than happy to connect with you there. So we're talking about LinkedIn success strategy, but more about actually 4 major key things to the LinkedIn experience. One is a profile. We're going to talk today about profile. Then it's about engagement, about connection, and about posting. So those are 4 key things which needs to be talked about in order for the LinkedIn profile, for the LinkedIn as such, to be successful. So today I'm gonna be more concerned about the profile. Why is it important? Because the profile is the basis of everything. If your profile is not attractive, if it's not engaging, if it's not interesting, then even if you connect with people, engage with people, and post content, and people are coming to your profile, then they are not converting. So they are not actually becoming your client. It's a similar thing, like if you think of it as a paying for the Facebook ads, for example. So if you pay for the Facebook ads and bringing people, a lot of people to your landing page, if the landing page is shabby, not really nice, not really engaging, people are not gonna convert. So in a similar manner, before we can talk about how to post, what to post, how to connect, how to engage, we need to talk about, is actually our profile convertible? Is it actually engaging? Is it actually interesting? What people are finding on our profile? So we're going to talk about how to create really proper, what I call killer LinkedIn profile. Of course, not the killer in a virtual sense. Sorry, in the sense of the word. So of course, every single experience on the LinkedIn starts with your profile headshot, right? So whenever somebody comes, first experienced is with the profile headshot. So there is a statistics that the profiles with the professional headshot receive 14 times more views, 9 times more connection requests, and 36 times more messages. So you see that, and I think it's quite obvious that if you have a nice profile shot there, that profile photo there, people are likely to engage with you more. So this right at the beginning, I would like to show you what are the main mistakes which people are making. These are real photos actually from the profiles. So as you can see, for example, on the number 1, which we call the party animal. Many times we see on LinkedIn profile, which is again business platform, we see these kind of photos, somewhere from the party, things like that. This definitely no. If you have fantastic wedding, well, good for you. I'm really happy for you. Everything is fine. But please do not use this photo from the wedding, for example, as your profile photo on LinkedIn. Similar thing, I understand we all are happy with our kids time to time, but you know, clicking a photo with our kid and putting it there as on the business platform as our profile photo, well, not really. Even though you're very a keen adventurer and you know like to spend some time in the nature, again, you know, something like this, as you can see in number 4, definitely not. Sportsman, again, yeah, nice photo. I understand that you're keen in playing golf or doing some other things, other sports, but please do not use photos like this. And the last one, sometimes these photos can be seen with more creative people like photographers, and maybe they are okay, they can get by with this, but they can get away with this. But for the professional photos, I don't think really we can use it for us as an employees or as a business owners. Yeah. So again, there's a slight difference, of course, between employees and the business owners. But I think for the professional photo, we can really agree that photos like this would be probably much better. I'm actually normally when I give this lecture on one-to-one sessions, I actually ask people, you know, to choose which one they feel they are drawn to most and what they feel is the best one. And most of the time, I don't know, like all these photos are kind of fine. For me personally, I really, and many times actually from the sessions which I have, that the Ellie Wheeler on the left corner, upper left corner is the winner. And I can tell you why, because first of all, she has well, decent smile. I think she could smile a little bit more. She's in a color photo. She has a very clear background, so there's no any distracting background as maybe in some other photos. It's not black and white as the other two, like Birger or Jamie. And you know, as you can see with the Vishal and William, the background actually makes it a little bit more distracting, and people are kind of like drawn to this. So I would definitely, if I would suggest, and if you normally I'm suggesting, you know, what kind of profile headshot you should have on your profile, this would be quite decent. Maybe some, you know, some little brighter smile. I think it would make it even better. But definitely something like this. So passport format, so chest shot basically, appropriate dress. Obviously, that's another important thing to think about when you're taking a picture. Wide background, or at least some single color background. Brighter, of course. Smile and look in the camera. Many times I see profile photos which people are looking away from the camera, or you know, some kind of Dutch angle shots and things like that. Those are good for maybe for some other platforms like a Facebook or Instagram, maybe a TikTok or places like that. But you know, again, LinkedIn is a business platform. People go there for business connections. So I would really keep it a little bit more in a conversational senses. Yeah. So profile photo, from the specification perspective, you should upload 300 by 300 pixels. So it's a square, 1:1 ratio, and maximum of 8 megabytes. So that's pretty much about the profile photos. Something what you can actually do, and it's really fun to do. I have two websites to send you to. First, if you want to analyze your LinkedIn photo, your LinkedIn profile photo, and see, like, if you don't believe me, it's fine, it's okay. I really don't mind. But if you want to see the AI engine, artificial intelligence engine, to suggest, you know, how can you improve your photo, go to this. It's free. You can actually log in to this website with your LinkedIn profile, and the artificial engine on this site will actually analyze your photo, and it will tell you what kind of you know, if what you need to improve, you know, things like that. I got 77 out of 100. So let me know, you know, what will be your score. I'll be curious to know. So that's one thing, and of course every website has some other competitors. So this is another one which using some similar photofeeler.com. So if you go to photofeeler.com, you can check the likability of your profile photos. You can actually use the AI engine as well as comments from other people. So you can actually comment on other people's photos as well. So you have like a half and half. So those are actually two very nice websites to go to and check your profile photos. So feel free. Both of them are free. You don't need to pay anything. So yeah, go and check it out. Definitely worthwhile. Okay, so we are talking about first impression on your LinkedIn profile, right? So we started with the LinkedIn photo. Obviously, that's the number one thing what people see, and what they see number two is LinkedIn headline. What I mean by LinkedIn headline is one of the most visible parts on your LinkedIn profile, and also the major factor in LinkedIn search algorithm. So if you know what I'm talking about, is this line below your name. So what does that say? In a default mode, if you just leave LinkedIn to actually fill that, it will copy your business name of the business and what you do. I wouldn't really recommend to keep it there, because that really doesn't give much about you and what you do. What I like to see there, usually, especially if you're a business owner, talking directly to your audience, to your customers. So using word like a helping, enabling, driving, things like that. And then talking to your target audience to do what? And of course, after that, you can add this, your I don't know, CEO, a managing director, marketing manager, social media manager, whatever it is, that. But just make it a little bit more engaging, that people, because we see all the time, social media manager and marketing manager, marketing director, I don't know, engineer, and all these kind of things, and you don't really know what the people do. I think just catching the attention of people is important. So you can catch the attention with this headline. What I'm usually suggesting here for my students and my clients when I'm talking to them about this is just make sure that the first 65 to 70 characters is really talking about what are you doing for your target audience. Why is it important? Because when you're commenting on somebody's post, they will not see the full headline. They will see just this first 65 or 70 characters. So just be mindful that right at the beginning, I wouldn't put any of your profession or the company name or anything like that. I would rather have that hook, something which make it more interesting, and people will see, he's helping, for example, helping SMEs to drive better results, or to drive $5 million in a year. Okay, well, I'm listening, because that's, I'm SME and I'd like to have this $5 million. So you see, it's a hook which you actually can engage with your audience or audience there. What you don't want to do in the headline, you would not use words like proactive, dedicated, capable, all these cliche words which are used so many times, and people just, I think we are just sick of it. Definitely do not use any industry jargon, so people don't understand. And this TLA, which is three-letter abbreviations, they're just horrible. I think the next slide I have exactly that. I just actually noticed it the other day. Do you really understand what these guys do? Yeah, okay, IoT I still can manage, ICT probably yes, but then I have absolutely no clue. So this kind of headline is really, I would say, the engagement killer right there. People are not, people don't understand what you do, and probably, maybe you're talking to very, very niche audience. And if it's working for you, well, good for you. Again, that's fine. But I will have hard time to connect with this kind of person, because I really don't know if it's a Martian or what is he actually. So no, that just aside, put it aside. So here are some examples of headlines which I actually like, and I wanted to share that with you. So here, helping retailers find better performance, productivity, and profitability. Enterprise software engineer. So you see, this is again talking directly to your customers. So if there is some retailers out there, they will feel, okay, so he's finding better performance here. This is exactly what I would like to connect with this person. Yeah. So I'm listening. I would like to connect with him. I coach small businesses, SAS, founders to accelerate recurring revenue towards $50 million. Excellent headline. Again, it's probably he's a coach, right? Or she's a coach, and she's talking directly to the customers, to the clients. So, and talking what actually they can expect from her services. Yeah. So again, another very interesting headline. Empowering corporate professionals to wake up happy on Mondays. Career happiness coach. I think it's a nice one. What do we have? Helping business turn clicks into customers. CEO of Fusion Creative Digital Marketing Agency. Again, a good example of engaging headline. And definitely, what you as an employees or as somebody who is for example, searching for a job, really don't do this, because people are putting there just unemployed and all all the words. Actually, nobody from recruiters actually want to know that you're unemployed. They want to know what you can do, what are your skills, what you can do, not what you're not doing right now. So this is a big mistake which many people are actually doing, and this is a screenshot from actual LinkedIn search. So we were talking about two major things of the first impression, which was first the profile photo. So we were talking about how to do a profile photo, or what kind of profile photo we need. Second, we were talking about the headline, how to craft an engaging headline. And third part is LinkedIn banner. LinkedIn banner is that big space above the profile photo, as you can see here in this red rectangle. And many times, what I see, there are really people making mistake. They don't use it for the brand. They just leave it there, and they don't use it at all. So it looks like this. Sometimes they don't have a photo there, and it's just looks really awful. Or they have some photo, maybe not cat, but their photo, but still they leave it blank. Actually, that part above your profile photo is a premium place, to be honest. Yeah, and you can use it even though if you're employee or business owner, it doesn't matter. You can use it to showcase some of your activities, what you actually do. So people looking at the photo, they can get some kind of look and feel of what you actually do. So this is example of I would call it a little bit busy background, a busy banner. It's not terribly wrong, but I'm not myself. I don't like to use that many photos there, or the photo collage or things like that. But for example, the Michaela, which is there. She is, she is actually talking to her audiences. So by splitting in 3 parts, she is actually showing what she can do and what she is doing to her particular audiences. For the Ilya, I'm not really sure. I don't like that banner, but I wanted to show you just an example of what is out there. What banners I like are something like this. It looks really professional. It looks really cool, and especially the Anthony. I really like how he designed the whole banner. It's even like with a little wave. The Austin has also a very decent looking, corporate looking banner with the background of the city, with some logo up there, some of the things which where he was probably featured in Forbes and some other magazines. The Rachel has also very decent. She's an author, so she's actually showcasing her book there, same as Tom. So these are really good backgrounds which I would use. Again, because you belong to organization like FLC or Active Ideas. So it depends. Sorry, Creative Ideas. So it depends. Maybe you could think about creating some kind of corporate background for all the employees, and then have some some bit of a creativity there, just to have something there. So for each and every one to have it kind of like customized to the profession or to the role which she or he has in a company. So that's just maybe for Manoj, for Adriana or Ganesh to think about, if possible, that is something what you want to do. Or I don't know if actually you have done it. You can actually put this in the chat if you have anything like that. But I think that would be also nice, because then even visually, whenever someone will come to the profile of one particular employee, they will see, okay, he or she is working with this organization, because everything, the visuals are actually aligned. That's just my my thought. I don't know if. So the specification of the LinkedIn banner is 2:1 aspect ratio. Recommended size, as you can see, and the maximum is about 8 megabytes. And again, of course, I will give you the free tool where you can do this. You don't have to worry about that. You would need to pay I don't know, a huge amount of money to some creative designers. Even though I'm pretty sure you have in your company a lot of those. But if not, and if you want to create something for your own on your own, you can always go to Canva, and there are actually LinkedIn banner templates. So if you search for a template, search and LinkedIn banners, they will come. I think there's close to 100 different banners templates actually, which you can choose from. So yeah, more than happy for you to actually create those banners in there. Okay, so that was the first impression. First impression is all about photo. It's about headline, and it is about your LinkedIn banner. So that's where you're catching the attention of your profile visitor. So if somebody comes to your profile and then it's actually it's there. So the second most important thing, actually the first most important thing on your profile, a part of the first impression thing, is your LinkedIn summary. What I mean by LinkedIn summary, LinkedIn summary, just to clarify, LinkedIn summary is really not your CV. It is more your story. So just think about that. Yeah. So LinkedIn summary is the space where you can actually write something about yourself. So you always need to be personable. You always need to think that to write the story in the first person. Many times I see it's written like a CV, or he is from FLC and he is doing this, or she is from there. No, write it in the first person as you're talking to somebody, to some of your client. Again, be customer centric. So tell people what you can actually do for them and what they can expect from you. And do not forget to actually add call to action. By what I mean by call to action, I mean create, you can actually add your contact details, you can add your email, you can add, if you want to, you can add the website, whatever it is. Just make it easy for people to find you, yeah, if you want to be found, obviously, but I assume you won't, because you are on the LinkedIn, right? So how to write the LinkedIn summary? First, think about it really as a story. So make the first sentence count. Again, catch the attention of the people right at the beginning. So do not, all these boring CVs, which are out there, please do not take them and just copy paste them there. It's really, it doesn't work. You can, within that text, within the story, just think about your keywords. So if you're, for example, software engineer, you can use the words like application or web, or, things like which are words which are actually your keywords. Because again, when anybody is searching on LinkedIn and they're using these keywords, these And if you have them in your about summary, you're coming up in the searches. If you don't have them there, then you are not appearing in the searches. Again, same like with the headline. Please cut the jargon. Don't use any industry jargon which nobody understands. Usually, you should write how you speak. You can use the paragraphs in order to make the whole experience to reading the summary kind of easy. Because if you have a lot of text, without any paragraphs, without any bullet points, without any icons or graphic elements, then it feels like too much text, and people don't like to read, too much text. So make it easier for people to consume it. And as I mentioned already, add contact details. So if you want to, you can add your phone number, you can add your website, your email, whatever it is. Yeah. So this is, for example, one of good example of a profile which starts from this the sentence or the question: are you an expert in your field? Do you have the desire to have an impact through your work while living a life of freedom? So you see, she is directly talking. She's a coach. She's directly talking to her customers. She's engaging them straight from the beginning, and then leading them somewhere, talking about her services, what she does, what it will be working with her. And as you can see, the text is spacious. There are a lot of spaces, a lot of breaks. It's not like a one long list, even though it's quite a bit of a read. But still, if people are already interested in you and they are on your profile, they will be able to consume that text. I included here my text because I'm using a lot of these icons. I feel personally that it really somehow enhances the overall experience, especially from the long text. And again, also for me, I'm trying to engage my customers right from the beginning. So I'm asking the question: how can I generate leads from LinkedIn? So is that the question which you're asking yourself? Why, how I do it? And then I always include, as you can see down there, the website and the phone number, so people can actually directly go and reach out. The website is not actually hyperlinked; they would need to copy it, and same with the email. But still, at least people can see. It's actually just easier for them to reach you. This is another one example of quite decent LinkedIn summary. As you can see, a lot of paragraphs there, some bullet points, obviously using some keywords which probably on this text you won't see. But yeah, so that was about LinkedIn summary. Then we have actually, before, just a few months ago, we still could upload our videos and some other documents to our summary. Now LinkedIn actually split these things, and they put it in what they call LinkedIn featured. So if you want to add some articles, some blog posts, some videos, photos, websites, and other media, I would highly recommend to do that. You as a company, you are doing a tremendous job of putting a lot of content out there. Again, showcase that, highlight these things in your particular field, in your particular departments, and add these things into featured. People who will come to your profile, they will see. So for example, here you can see Simon Sinek. He's uploading his videos there. So whatever he's talking about, it's actually easy for the profile, somebody who comes to your profile, just click and watch a video, what you've done, read some documents, see some photos. It's visual experience again with you and with the company which you work for. So I think it's really important to add these things into your profile. Another part of the whole LinkedIn profile is your experience. Basically, your experience is where you work before and where you're working now. 91% of employees prefer their candidates to have work experience. Obviously, 65% want relevant work experience, and 68% of LinkedIn members use the platform to reconnect with past business associates. So So basically your work experience needs to be kind of like a full. Obviously, I can see sometimes that I see people are working from 2012 to 2014, and then now from 2018. So what did you do the 4 years between? So kind of like, just be mindful that if people are going to see your profile and then you have some gaps in between there, so it's not actually looking good. So try to always, keep up with whatever you do, whatever position you have in a company as well. So include all that within your experience. Show what you have done, obviously. So again, you can actually, in this part, you can include again some documents, some photos, some videos. So again, if you have worked on some project which got some award, or it's somewhat important for the company, definitely include that into your experience. As I mentioned, incomplete or skimpy job description may arise some questions, so don't skip some parts, or just be mindful of that. So that's the experience. Education and training, I think it's quite self-explanatory what you need to add there. You should list your highest academic level, include all the activities again in which you participated while you were in a school, and you can even share the location of the school, because it's again nice. Sometimes people looking for the alumni of that particular school, they can connect with you based on that. And it's also easier for you if you imagine that sometimes you are reaching out to somebody and then you see that he actually studied in the same school or she studied in the same school. You have already some kind of commonality, and then you can build the relationship based on that. Oh, I studied in that school, and I've seen that you studied in that school as well. So suddenly, you're breaking the ice, and the relationship can be built much easier in that sense. So also important part to think about while filling up that platform. Volunteer experience is another part of the LinkedIn profile, which is sometimes overlooked, but especially now with the millennials coming in, and Generation X and Generation Z, or whatever it is. I'm not really familiar with all these terms now, but more and more people, they actually they showcase what they've done, what kind of volunteer experience. Because it reflects the character, it reflects the value. Of course, it demonstrates some kind of compassion and commitment, not just in the workplace, but outside of the workplace as well. And companies are actually seeking for people like that, who have that compassion, who are actually committed to do something for the communities. I think it's important as well to show that these are your values through the volunteer experience. Licenses and certification. Obviously, if you have some licenses and certification, it's good to showcase them there. Again, it gives you more credibility. It shows the professionalism. It shows your level of expertise. And you should be really focused some time to time to actively seek to add certain certifications because they enhances your overall profile. Another part which is kind of interesting is skills and endorsements. So you can actually add at least 5 skills which are relevant to your business or profession in your profile. These should be, of course, optimized for the keywords which you're optimized for, and these endorsements which are there are usually, so imagine that, for example, somebody is coach, so it will be like a life coaching. It will be probably communication skills. There will be some other. So you can list few. You shouldn't really overdo it. I can show you in a minute, how it looks when somebody is done it a little too much. So like it shouldn't really look like this. Maybe kind of. I understand that we have a lot of skills and a lot of our interests, but maybe just be careful. Don't overdo it. That's all. Yeah, recommendations are, to my knowledge, very underutilized part of LinkedIn profile, and actually It's really bad because many times we trying to prove that, you know, we have worked on certain projects, we have done certain things. So just why don't we ask for recommendation? Because it is attention grabbing feature. People are attentive to this, and you can demonstrate that you have done certain projects. So whenever you finish certain project and your client is happy, obviously that's maybe the objective there, ask for the recommendation. You can do it very simply. When you go to your profile, to the recommendation, there is a one button which you click, ask for recommendation. You fill the name of that person and send it to him or her, and then he or she will write a recommendation, and you can add it to your resume or to this profile. So it's a fantastic way of somebody else, you know, some other people who we work with, you know, giving us a credit and giving us the recommendation and telling us that we've done a good job. I think it's, of course, if you're bragging about yourself, it's a different thing. It's like a testimonial, obviously. I think you got the point, right? So ask, and of course, give recommendations as well. It's nice if you work with somebody and you recognize that he has done an outstanding job. Just go there and send. You don't need to wait for somebody to ask you to write him a recommendation. You can actually do it by yourself as well. It gives a tremendous boost in a relationship as well, in a business relationship. So if you're working with some clients and you've seen them really doing a great job, it's absolutely fantastic to endorse them first. Obviously, that's one thing, but even more so, just give them recommendation. Very, very good. Yeah, we're getting to the last bits of the profile, which is accomplishments. Obviously, you can add some publications, whatever you've done, patents, courses, projects, any awards, different kind of test scores, languages, and organizations you are part of. So myself, I have some languages there. I have some organizations which I'm part of. It's Czech Business Council and BNI and other organizations which I'm part of. So you can always include that as well, because again, it gives overall image of who you are and what you do. And last but not the least, it's interests. And of course, the interest, you can actually put a lot of interest there. Why is it important? Because people will see what other things you are interested in. So if it's art, if it's a painting, if it's a music, if it's a poetry, whatever it is, yeah. So you can actually add it there. And in the same segment, you can actually connect with certain influencers, some companies, and some groups. Why is important and why we are talking about profile? Of course, users with complete profile are 40 more likely to receive new opportunities. Complete profile will appear in LinkedIn searches, and only 51% of LinkedIn users have 100% complete profiles. So you see that there is a lot of things for improvement. By the way, there is if you go through your profile, you will see if actually you are all-star profile or not. There's a small icon which will tell you if you are all-star or not. And this is a checklist for this. So you need to have the industry and location there. You have the minimum of 3 skills. You need to have for your profile photo 50 connections or more, 50, not 500, 50 connections or more. Current position with the description, 2 past positions and education. If you have all this, you should be rated as a checklist, as a all-star profile. Why is it important? Again, because the search algorithm prefers to have the people who have complete profiles. Of course, then if there's somebody searching for the common connections by degree, of course, and then if you're part of some groups on LinkedIn. Okay, these are the action points which I normally ask people or the clients to do. So you should really complete your profile to all-star, upload your professional headshot, and you can check with a photo feeler or Snap PR if that is good. Create your customer-centric headline, so the line below your name. revise your about summary. I can tell you that I keep revising about summary like every month, really. Just every month I'm just looking at it and doing it again and a little bit, and yeah. And then definitely upload videos, photos, or some other presentations to the featured. And thank you very much, guys. And yeah, I hope to see you soon again. Take care.